All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Hoàng Phát from Group 11, and today I'd love to share my opinions about some listening and speaking techniques that I've learned in my English course. I've, I've got to say, these techniques are really useful for improving my communication skills and understanding different perspectives. Now, why don't we start with listening? One of the listening techniques that I found truly helpful was listening for recognized organizational phrases. These are words or expressions that signal how a speaker is structuring their speech, such as, first of all, on the other hand, in conclusion, etc., etc. By paying attention to these phrases, I can follow the main points and transitions of the speaker more easily. I can also use these phrases in my own speech to make it more clear and coherent. Give me a sec. Another listening technique that I enjoyed was listening to a presenter interact with an audience. This involves listening not only to what the presenter says, but also to how they respond to questions, comments, or feedback from the audience. I can actually learn a lot from observing how a presenter engages with the audience, such as how they handle difficult questions. Let me see, how they show respect and empathy, as well as how they use humor or anecdote, etc. I can also practice this technique by participating in the audience and asking or answering questions. All right. A third listening technique that I learned was listening to recognize how an argument is supported. This means listening to the evidence, examples, facts, or statistics that a speaker uses to back up their claims or opinions. By listening to how an argument is supported, I can actually evaluate the strength and validity of the speaker's reasoning. I can also use this technique to improve my own arguments by providing relevant and reliable support. Alrighty, that was my favorite listening techniques. Let me move on to the realm of speaking. Yeah, I sure do have a couple of favorites, and one of the most notable ones should be explaining something that you don't know the word for. This happens when I want to say something in English, but I just don't know the exact word, or I just straight up forget the expression for it. Instead of giving up or switching to another language, I can try to explain what I mean using other words that I do know. For example, if I don't know the word indifference, I can say as, it's like an adjective that describes ignorance or lack of interest, concern, along with sympathy. This way, I can still communicate with my message and learn new words from the feedback. Another speaking technique that I favor was interacting with a presenter. This involves asking or answering questions, making comments, or giving feedback to a presenter during or after the speech. By interacting with a presenter, I can show my interest and involvement in the topic, as well as clarify any doubts or misunderstandings. I can surely also practice my speaking skills or expressing my opinions in a polite and respectful way. A final speaking technique that I liked was refuting an argument. This means disagreeing with a partner's claim or opinion. Claim or opinion, and providing counter evidence or counter examples to easily just challenge their reasoning. By refuting an argument, I can actually demonstrate my critical thinking and analytical skills, as well as show my awareness of different viewpoints. I can also use this technique to defend my own argument by anticipating and addressing possible objections or counterarguments, if you can say that is. And those are some of the listening and speaking techniques that I found truly useful in my time learning the English course. I'll say these are very effective for improving my communication skills and understanding different perspectives. And that's all for today. Thank you for listening and have a good one.